It's happening. The crypto market is shifting into the next gear, and we're about to see Bitcoin cross the 100K milestone. But if you're already jumping around in excitement, then stop. Sit down, and you need to see this before it gets too late. Here's a chart of one of the most underrated coins in all of crypto with multiple narratives under its belt and major partnerships. Not to mention a potential ETF is on the way. Super bullish. In just the last month, Hedera rallied more than 25% after Canary Capital filed an S1 registration for an HBAR ETF. If you're feeling the FOMO even after I made several videos on Hedera throughout the cycle at its lows, you're not alone. Many people made a huge mistake ignoring the sleeping giant because of its boring chart. Everyone thought it already had a huge run up last cycle, so its time is over. But are we about to see the biggest move yet for HBAR? Well, stick around because in this video, I'll break down everything you need to know about Hedera, whether or not it's too late to get in, and most importantly, what does Elon Musk have to do with it? Before we jump in, if you want to make the most out of this crypto cycle, then check out the FireHustle VIP Discord. There, you can connect with like-minded individuals, participate in giveaways, access exclusive private sales, and learn about my portfolio moves. There are also some big calls made in the Discord lately. I'm talking 10x, 20x, and even 80x plays. Follow the link in the description to learn more. Now, smash the like and subscribe buttons, turn on post notifications, and let's get started. So let's jump into the HBAR price chart to get a better understanding of its history and future potential. So HBAR has already shown its potential in a bull run, delivering massive gains in the last cycle. And for this reason, people felt like it was already too big. Back in 2020, it was sitting at just around 1 cent, but during the 2021 bull run, it skyrocketed over 55x, hitting an all-time high that had everyone talking. Then we saw the typical bear market crash, and fast forward to now, people are finally waking up after a nice rally just this last week. But if you zoom out to the all-time chart, then you can see that HBAR is far from its all-time high. So can it make it back there or even surpass its all-time high? Well, the HBAR team has been working behind the scenes to build their network. If you're not a believer yet, you might be by the end of this video. Pay attention. They're even teaming up with Elon Musk, and I'll tell you how in just a minute. Before we move on, I want to point out something that I've been noticing more and more of in this crypto space. It recently happened to one of my friends, so I want to take this chance to bring more awareness so it doesn't happen to any of you. As the market heats up, more crypto scams and hacks are taking place, and in this day and age, even two-factor authentication isn't really enough to help keep you protected. SIM swapping is growing in popularity. You can Google it for yourself, but basically you can lose all of your money because of negligence from your cell phone provider. One solution that I found is Afani, which helps keep you 100% from SIM swaps with their 11 layers of proprietary technology and authentication. Lots of big executives use this. They even protect the Department of Justice in the United States. And if you want to learn more about how to stay protected, then I'll leave the link to Afani in the description below. This bull run, we need to make sure that we stay safe because half of the battle is keeping your funds by taking profits, but also making sure that you don't get scammed or hacked. But enough of that. Take a look at this. Hedera hype has been growing due to rumors that a Hedera board member named Brian Brooks is shortlisted to replace Gary Gensler. This tweet from a Fox Business journalist says that they've learned that Brian Brooks is on the list for many agency roles, according to sources, and they list the roles he could potentially fill. For now, none of this is confirmed, but if he did fill the role to become SEC chairman, then people would definitely go crazy just due to the fact that he's pro-crypto and could bring in more crypto-friendly policies, compared to Gary Gensler, who's been tough on the industry. Not only would people celebrate the removal of Gary Gensler, but it would be big news for Hedera holders that their board member is the chairman. This news has definitely brought more eyes to Hedera. But check this out. Coinbase launched its Coin 50 index, a new index for tracking the crypto market. It's made up of 50 leading digital assets that can be traded through a single index that gives people access to a range of sectors to reduce risk. And Hedera is one of the 50 coins in this index, which is pretty big news. But we need to dig a little bit deeper. And if you take a closer look, you'd realize that there are many other reasons to be bullish on Hedera. One of those reasons being the many narratives that Hedera taps into. Most recently is has been making strides in one of the biggest and most evolving narratives out there, and that's AI. AI is exploding right now because it's revolutionizing industries and unlocking massive opportunities. Think about it. AI is automating tasks, boosting efficiency, and solving real-world problems. The tech has hit a tipping point with breakthroughs in algorithms, faster computing, and access to massive data sets. It's really just reshaping the economy. And this is why AI-focused crypto projects are gaining serious traction. Not only that, but Nvidia stock has been hitting new all-time highs very consistently, and we all know that the crypto AI sector is heavily tied to the success of Nvidia. One of the biggest names in crypto even moved its AI governance solution from its own network to Hedera's, which is a big deal. If you haven't heard, what was previously known as Casper Labs was rebranded to Prove AI, and they made a strategic decision to switch from the Casper network to Hedera. This was a pretty big shock to the Casper network users. You might have heard me talk about Prove AI in one of my previous videos. It's basically a system to improve transparency and control over AI training datasets. It basically allows companies to audit and provide tamper-proof certifications for their AI systems as well. Personally, I would say that the migration of this AI project to Hedera's network is a unique and pretty major victory. However, it does become an obvious play when you realize that Prove AI was co-developed with IBM, which has been a Hedera governing council member for several years now. And with better exposure on Hedera, it almost seems like an obvious choice to build on. But it seems like AI is a growing focus for the Hedera team. We also recently heard from Elon Musk, the founder of Hedera, on this topic. He notes the growing use cases of Hedera, with a major one being AI. He basically says that lots of AIs in general are trained based on data with bias. So this isn't something that we want in the space because we need people to be able to trust the data. Think about it. For people to be able to trust and use AI, it needs to give fair and unbiased results that reflect different viewpoints and make decisions that are ethical and fair for everyone. So Mr. Barrett highlights a solution to this that is being built on Hedera with Equity Labs. They're building technology that can track and verify and govern AI models. It creates an immutable record of data and has tools to build responsible AI that prioritizes building trust and accountability while helping organizations keep up with new AI rules and regulations. But aside from AI, there's another trillion-dollar industry in which Hedera has been positioning itself, and that's real-world assets, or RWA tokenization. Real-world assets include anything like real estate, collectibles, gold, or valuables that can be digitized to represent ownership on chain. This makes it easier to transfer these assets and even allows for fractionalized investments. So for example, instead of buying an entire house, investors can own a fraction of it, making it accessible to people with smaller budgets. It's really just a game changer for letting the masses get into investment opportunities. An example of how Hedera taps into this sector is through their partnership with Red Swan CRE. So this is a major real estate firm that manages $5 billion in assets, and they chose Hedera to tokenize real estate properties. Thanks to this partnership, smaller investors can get involved in real estate investments. And this is just one piece of the puzzle. Hedera's strength also comes from its governing council, made up of 32 global giants like Google, IBM, Boeing, and Ubisoft. And let's not forget about Aberdeen. Aberdeen is a governing council member that manages over $600 billion in investment funds. They also decided to tokenize their $1 billion market fund on Hedera in partnership with Archax. But it doesn't just end at the RWA narrative. While Hedera is leading in RWA, it's actually expanding into DePIN and DeFi through several key partnerships. So for example, they teamed up with QuickPick, a DePIN project using Google Maps and Hedera to create a secure package delivery network. And they've had big developments in the DeFi sector as well, like HBAR Suite. This is Hedera's platform for building dApps and enterprise solutions with smart node technology that could disrupt traditional smart contracts. So it's clear that Hedera is hitting many major narratives. It's almost like they're firing on almost absolutely every cylinder out there. But I know that you're all waiting to hear how this all involves Elon Musk and SpaceX. Well, SpaceX is basically looking to launch a satellite that is powered by HBAR to basically provide crypto transactions while in orbit. it. This is quite the innovation if they pull it off. So HBAR is literally gonna fly out of this world. And this is definitely uncharted territory and isn't something that's been done before. But if Hedera can accomplish this and gets a nod from Elon himself, then this would bring a ton of eyes to the Hedera ecosystem. Now, some people aren't too surprised because NASA actually released a report that highlighted how Hedera is secure, energy efficient, and fast. But it goes to show that Hedera is being considered by many big names across various industries. And in case all of this information wasn't bullish enough, then listen to this. Hedera has been making big moves lately with unique use cases popping up across industries. Major League Paintball launched an NFT marketplace for licensed collectibles like on-chain player cards that can be safely traded. And imagine this concept scaling to leagues like NHL or NBA. Then there's Metaverse Me, a digital identity platform built on Hedera that lets gamers benefit through easy sign-ons, NFT minting for in-game assets, and integration with other studios. This is basically bringing Web3 gaming to Hedera's ecosystem, which is another massive narrative that I think will perform well later on in this bull run. And don't forget Karate Combat, the pro fighting league using Hedera for karate tokens, on-chain voting, betting, and rewards, with massive HBAR logos displayed in their arenas for extra exposure. There's a lot going on, and I know it's a lot to take in. Hedera not only has promising tech, but they're creating a massive ecosystem that has been thriving with high-profile partnerships. From AI to gaming and real-world tokenization, they've actually positioned themselves in many powerful narratives. They're continuously expanding their governing council with new members, and if they truly do lock in an ETF, then this could really boost HBAR's adoption by making it more accessible to traditional investors. This is honestly one of the most exciting projects in all of crypto right now, and I'll definitely be keeping my eyes on this one. And that's all, folks. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Remember, the crypto space comes with a high risk, and none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research before making any financial decisions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.